What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to Survival of the Fittest Sports Edition podcast featuring my man Mike Robb. Mike, what's happening?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Hey, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got two games that just went past. Washington, Minnesota.
Yep.
Washington game was a great game. Give me your thoughts. What you think?
Washington game was one of Justin Fields' best game overall, I feel. A lot of people said the Denver game before that was his best, passing game because, his passing number was real good. But Washington, I feel, was his best overall game just because he played good through the first to the fourth quarter. I think the third quarter might have been kind of a little slow for him, but for the most part, since he's been with the Bears for 3 years, Washington was one of the closest games where it was his complete game right there. So, yeah, so he played real good, man. He looked poised, looked confident. The team looked confident. Everything was clicking that day. Everything was clicking that day for Chicago and Justin Fields.
Right, because he had over, 300 yards passing?
Over 300 yards passing, four
touchdowns, all to DJ Moore.
Nope, 3 of them to DJ Moore, 1 to Cole Kmet.
3 of them to DJ Moore? I thought DJ Moore had 4 touchdowns.
He had 3. It was 1 to Cole Kmet, the tight end. He had a touchdown. I believe it was like in the third quarter or something like that. He had no picks. That was good, and no fumbles. So that was, like I said, one of his almost perfect game right there. So he played with confidence. He was bad, man. That game, he was pretty bad.
And we felt real good after that game.
A lot of people did because a lot of people felt like they figured it out. A lot of people like, what you did the last 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Like how you used Justin Fields, how you was throwing the ball, and even the defense actually played pretty good. They feel like, okay, now the Bears kind of finally figure it out. They can kind of turn it around, and they the offensive coordinator now got familiarized with how to use Justin Fields.
Because it was also his best game.
That was his best play calling game since he's been with the Bears, and that's just it. That was his best game.
Of course, it was DJ Moore's best game.
Yeah, that's it. That was his best game, even when he was with Carolina.
Career.
Yeah. So it was just clicking that whole day for Chicago, man.
I should know because he was on a fantasy team that I was playing, and he killed me.
Trust me, I should know because I was offered a trade to get him, but I turned it down. So yeah, I knew how that was though. But
yeah, so that was his best game. And as far as the Justin Fields overall, after that game, we thought he looked like the kid is getting it.
Yeah, we looked like he was maybe he finally figured it out. It was going into the game. You watching the game, you still seeing some stuff. Okay. He, little thing he might need to work on, but you felt like he felt confidence.
Got the ball out quicker.
Like he got it now. But, now you want to go to the next game, and
that was our first win of the season. Defense played pretty decently.
We lost 14 straight games since last year, and yeah, that was the first win. So, the city of Chicago felt good. I'm pretty sure they felt good, the organization, because, you finally got that monkey off your back, man. A lot of people felt like, man, hey, the Bears can go undefeated, losing, you know what I'm saying? Like not winning the game. And that just as something coming to the offseason. A lot of people predicted the Bears could even go to the playoffs, or, you look at our first podcast, a lot of us, I think the lowest one we had, you had said 6, I had said 7. Like we didn't predict this. Nobody was predicting
10 wins in there.
It was some 10, 9. So, but we didn't predict this. But yeah, the Washington game was one of his best games, man. So.
Right, because Washington got a pretty decent defensive line. They got some pass rushers.
Chase Young is like a top 5, top 10, defensive lineman in the NFL. Defense is pretty good. They not a scrub. Pretty good defense. They are upgrading Denver was. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will say, they put that much points against Denver because Denver defense is not that great. So let's see what they're going to do against Washington. Washington is not an elite defense. They are middle of the pack defense, but they're good.
So our offensive line stood up.
They stood up. You just got back Tevin Jenkins. He came back. They had him on a snap count. He looked pretty good.
Was that the first time we had the complete offensive line?
Everybody was there. Good. They looked at it. They were showing that on, I forgot what channel I was watching. They were just showing how in sync they was. Washington did they called it a stunt across, where one defensive tackle would go in and the defensive end would crash in where the guard is, and the defensive tackle will loop around. It's up to your offensive line, your right, or whoever side it is, your tackles and your guard, to make sure that, hey, stay in your position, which they did. I believe that was Tevin Jenkins, and that was the rookie down there right. They blocked that well. Yeah, they did that good. I'm like, okay, that's what we want to see right there with the offensive line.
Okay, so we was happy with that.
Yep.
That got our first win. Feeling good going into the next week against Minnesota. Thinking we should beat them.
Yep, because Justin Jefferson, out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was questions about Kirk Cousins. Are they going to trade him? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had their own problems. They only had one win, too.
So we like, man, the Bears should win this game coming off that win and that momentum that they got going on. And Minnesota, even though they won, I believe because they beat Carolina the last game. Right. So even though they won, but it was a close game. So a lot of people thought they should have lost that game.
Because we thinking they tanking too.
Yeah,
they tanking too.
They getting the quarterback next year either. So yeah, but yeah, going to that game, it was confident that the Bears should win. I believe, I'm not sure though. I didn't look, but I believe, and I wouldn't be shocked that they was probably favored because they was playing at home as well too.
I don't know if they was favored. They might have been.
Yeah, and they was playing at home too as well. I believe they might have been, but that's just my thought. But so you want to talk about that game? We
thinking we was gonna win that game, so yeah, we're gonna talk about that game.
So yeah,
start with Justin Fields.
He just didn't. He looked like the old Justin Fields of old. Well, a lot of people was complaining about. The number one thing is holding that ball back there too long, not getting that ball out, not like as soon as he do the drop step back. It's like he doesn't know what to do. Like he doesn't know what to do with the ball. Like he was confused again. Yeah, and he's like, okay, well, like what happened? And of course, I watched that whole game. I'm not solely putting on him. That offensive line was so like I don't know what happened to.
They regressed too.
They regressed. Oh, most definitely. That left tackle, and it was his name, Braxton Jones. The very first play of that game, the defensive end came free on Justin Fields' blind side and just rocked him. Justin Fields didn't see it. Now, a lot of people said that, oh, well, I guess how the blocking scheme was.
He came free. Nobody touched him?
Yeah, nobody touched him. He came, the very first play of that game, he came free, sacked right. I'm like, and they said, the analysts were saying that they believe because how the blocking scheme was, I guess it was
kind of slid.
So he was up, and Justin Fields should have known that. But come on, man. Come on now. You don't let a guy come there free.
Release free on the first play of the game.
If he's doing that, if he's going to come there free, then you got the
obviously the screen, get it out real quick.
Something like that. But it wasn't, though. It wasn't. So
it was a straight drop back. He was dropping back like he was going to throw it.
So that's what I'm like, yeah, that was just terrible right there. That was terrible. So, yeah, that was the first
that's
quarter.
How the game started out.
That's how it started out, man. That's how when you saw that, I'm like, oh, yeah, you got a bad feeling in your gut. Like, yeah, here we go. And we never disappointed, man.
Okay, go through the first half, some of the drives. Talk to us about what happened.
Yeah, so the first drive, Bears didn't score at all. The first quarter.
Was it 3 and out?
Yeah, it was a 3 and out. The Bears didn't score at all. I believe the second drive they did get like a first down or two, but it was just he didn't look good, man. Justin Fields did not look good that game. Offensive lineman didn't do a good job blocking. If you want to say you want to look at the coaching or Luke Gessie play calling, it's hard to say like if the play calling was good or not because
the execution
was you see. So I can't really say, oh man, he need to do. The play didn't never really develop. You know what I'm saying? So he'll get back there. He'll have time. Some plays he'll have time. And
did he get the ball or was he accuracy wasn't there?
Accuracy was middle of the field. I would say it was some throw was overthrown, underthrow. Some throw was there. The receivers actually I believe nobody dropped any passes.
What was his number?
His number, I think it was 6 for 10. He got hurt. You remember he got hurt in the third quarter.
We're gonna talk about that.
So the number was 6 for 10 for 58 yards, man.
6 for 10 for 58 yards.
Quarterback rating was 9.4. I'm sorry. 36.7.
36.7%.
Yep.
That's tough. First half,
four
like
sacks,
that. 4 sacks. He got sacked 4 times.
4 times. 1 pick.
Threw a pick in the first half.
It was in the first half.
No touchdowns?
No touchdowns. No touchdowns.
Yeah, that's horrible.
They didn't have no touchdown. The offense didn't have any touchdown. They scored their first touchdown when the backup quarterback, the Tyson, I can't remember not his last name, but Tyson Bagent. Yeah, that's when they scored their first touchdown.
So it sounded like in the first half they didn't have no rhythm.
There wasn't no rhythm going on at all. I don't know if even
was it Minnesota defense?
And believe it or not, some people say Minnesota defense is pretty good, but they on the same level as Washington defense. They don't have it's nothing to be fearful. You know what I'm saying? Carolina put up a decent amount of points.
But how'd they look against the Bears?
Come on, the defense?
Yeah,
the Minnesota defense, they looked like they were just overpowering them. It's just like you would think that the momentum would carry from Washington to Minnesota because of Washington defense.
It's a defense that you can move the ball on. They only won one game.
Yeah, but it's similar to Minnesota where you think, okay, we going against a defense, if not better, slightly worse or the same. So you could definitely move the ball to them. And they was missing some key players, especially their defensive backs. From what I saw for the injury report, they was missing some key players. So then Justin Jefferson, their offense wasn't going. Now, if we go to that, we go to that opposite side of the ball. The defense played well.
Right, okay. Bears defense played good.
They played well that game. They only gave up 1 touchdown. And they gave up, I think, like 2 field goals or 1 field goal. So I think one of the touchdowns, because Minnesota had 2 touchdowns, one of the touchdowns they might have went for a 2-point conversion.
Was our defensive backs back?
Yeah. Eddie Jackson back. Jaden Johnson back. Everybody was there that game. Nobody was hurt. Brisker, the safety, everybody was back. So they looked it pretty good. And you want to say that that's a momentum, that's a good sign, because a lot of people coming into the season, that was what a lot of people was like hoping, like, okay, how this defense is going to be the weakest point, because they felt like the offense was good. They felt like Justin Fields was going to take that lead. You got DJ Moore. At the time, you had Chase Claypool, Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet. Your offensive line, people felt like everything was good. So they wasn't as worried with the offensive line versus the defense, because it was a defense. It was a lot of plug and, people just plug and play.
Was they able to put any pressure on Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins got sacked. When I just looked at it, he got sacked. He got sacked twice. But they show right here, the hurry, 7 hurries. Like, so
7 hurries. So they did put some pressure on.
So they defense did a good job putting
Kirk
pressure on.
Cousins didn't have no great game.
He didn't have, his number was only 21 for 31, 188 yards.
Oh, yeah, so defense played pretty good.
For a quarterback, that's not a really good game. 1 touchdown, and he didn't have no picks, though. So I give him that. He didn't have no picks, but 1 touchdown, he threw the ball 31 times, and only 180 yards.
He had no weapons.
That's not
Justin Jefferson was gone.
They
running game ain't nothing.
Yeah, so, but, he didn't, the key thing is he didn't turn that ball over, though. That's a key thing.
So let's talk about our running game. What happened with that?
I can't really.
Because we had 2 running backs out.
Yeah, and they had the guy, Dante Foreman, I believe.
Right, from
that's
Carolina.
The guy Carolina they picked up, and he wasn't even, I think he was just on the practice
He just
squad.
came back from injury.
No, he was on a practice squad. He wasn't even on the team. They had him on a practice squad because they had Khalil Herbert. They had Khalil Herbert, and then they had the rookie. So they had those 2 running backs. Like, they didn't need Foreman. They're like, we just had those 2 right there. We good. And they had that fullback, which they used in Washington late in the game. So they didn't they decided him off the practice squad this past week to start the
brought him in off the practice squad.
He actually had a decent game. Actually had a decent game. So the running game was okay. It wasn't nothing like, oh wow, great, but it was where they did their job, I felt. The running game did their job. So
okay, so let's transition to the second half, third quarter, and Justin Fields get hurt. Let's talk about that play.
Let's talk about play. That's on Justin Fields. That's on Justin Fields. That was the play. Because it happened. I wanted, he got sacked twice that same, like that, within that frame. He had sacked when he scrambled. He was going out of bounds. He was jogging out of bounds, but then he kind of, like, I guess he figured nobody was going to touch, so he kind of led up, and the defensive guy came by him, slammed him to the ground.
That's the play he got hurt?
That's the play he looked like he got hurt, but they said the play he got hurt was the next play.
So they say he held the ball for like 7 seconds.
That's the play, right? That's the play he got, the next play where he got hurt. But some people feel like he was hurt on that play because he got up kind of slow.
Okay.
That, on that one right there, but he was his thumb. So on that play, he wasn't holding his thumb. It was more so like his ribs or something like that. The next play where he got hurt, that it was like 7 seconds. He dropped back to pass the ball. Yeah, he held that ball too long. Now, I don't think they ever showed the play where how the routes of the receiver who was open or not. But a veteran, you got to throw that ball away.
7 seconds is too long to be holding the ball.
That's on Justin Fields. So that shows you that the offensive line held up. On that play, they held it up, but
he didn't get rid of the ball. Throw it in the dirt. Do whatever you got to do, but don't take the sack or don't hold it that long. Now you hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And now everybody's saying, damn, well, did he get the play out or did he hold it too long? Was it offensive lineman?
Right. But now watching the game, on that particular play, it wasn't offensive line. That was on him, man. He held the ball too long, which coming in, a lot of people was questioning, like, he has to work on that. They were saying that's on him and the offensive coordinator. They got to come up with a formula where, okay, hey, we're going to call some.
But they should know that already.
Yeah, of course. It's just second season.
He should know you can't hold the ball. This is third season. He should know you can't hold the ball for 7 seconds.
I feel the same way, but like I said, I think that just goes to when he drops back.
Go to the check down. If the check down ain't open, throw it in the dirt at the check down.
When he drops back, it's like he's thinking too much. That's right. It's like he doesn't just make the right play.
Then he's like, should I run? Should I make a play?
I feel like he believes in his abilities so much. He just want to make a play. He do everything he can to keep the play alive and all that.
Back there doing the twirly things.
Sometimes that's a good thing, but a lot of times things can go wrong. Getting hurt, picks, fumbles, which a lot of we experienced with him. You know what I'm saying? We experienced that with him, all that. Him getting hurt. Believe it or not, this man been hurt every single season since we had him. Yeah. Every single season since we had him. That's bad, man.
Okay,
that's
so let's
bad.
talk about, was they prepared? Because they saying that all of those snaps from the center, whoever was playing center, it was just too much reaching, jumping. How can you get in the rhythm when you're getting all these snaps and you can't get?
I'm looking right now. Because usually Cody right here is the center for the Bears, but when I was watching again, I noticed that I'm like, it's Cody. It
was a different center. I think
because
somebody got hurt It might have been Whitehead who played center, but I know
I can't see it being Whitehead.
It wasn't the same center that they always had back there.
I can't see it being Cody Whitehead because he's been with the Bears about six years, and he's been center every year that he's been with them. I can't see him doing that. So I'm looking at they're not really showing it. But yeah, I noticed that when I was watching the game, there was a lot of high snaps, low snaps, even with the backup quarterback.
Yeah, when he came in,
it was a lot
good.
of high snaps, low snaps. It was the snap, the whoever that center was, it wasn't good, man. It wasn't good. So
how many penalties did they have that game?
So they had 5 penalties.
For the whole game, they only had 5
penalties for a total of 29 yards. Minnesota had 5 for a total of 63 yards.
So they didn't have a lot of penalties.
No, they didn't
but
have a lot. But
they still look sloppy.
They look sloppy. They look like you would think they should have been prepared. You know, they had 10 days to be prepared for this game. Yeah. They should have been
Especially
prepared.
coming off that win.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody should have been up.
Yep. So, but it didn't look like they was prepared. Is that on them? Is that on the coaching? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people say, "Oh, that's on the coaching," but he's a grown man, dude. I'm sorry. He's a grown man, dude. In their 20s, late 20s, 30s. I don't need a coach to prepare me for a game coming up. Like, you should know what to do with that. So if people are saying that, like, oh, well, you know, man, the coach got to do a better job preparing them. Yeah, maybe preparing them as far as the play calling and what scheme they're going to run, but as far as preparing yourself.
Execution and all that.
That's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. Go to the film room, study. Justin Fields, I don't know, was he doing it? Was he studying their defense? Did he look at, hey, okay, they blitzed him, because that's one thing they did too. They
blitzed the hell out of him.
You know who their defensive coordinator is, Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's known for blitzing.
Oh, he blitzed. And Justin Fields just looked lost. He was blitzing like crazy.
Was they picking up the blitz?
They was not picking up. No, they was not. They was blitzing. They did the little they call
it
blitz,
blitz.
But the fake blitz where, you know, they all come up,
then
but they don't blitz. But you know, so it's confusing.
He didn't know what was going on.
It was just, man, it was crazy though. So, but yeah, they
should have been ready for that, because that's what he's known for.
I feel like they should.
They know that he's a blitzing defensive coordinator.
And they had 10 days to prepare for this guy coming off a win, a big win.
You should have been more prepared.
Momentum, that was the game, and they should have won that game. They should have won it. After all what inspired at the end of the game, they only lost. It was 19-13. They had a chance to win that game, so they still should have won that game. You know, if you would have seen the Justin Field from Washington and Denver, we would have easily won that game, because the defense played pretty good.
So let's talk about Tyson Bagent. He come in the game. Yep. We down. What we down?
We was down when he came to the game, because he came around the third quarter. So we was down 6-19. Yeah,
19-6 when he came in the game.
Yep, 19-6 when he came in the game.
What was his numbers?
His numbers was 10 for 14, 83 yards, 1 pick.
He didn't throw a touchdown. He ran. They drove him in. They got touchdown.
He did a quarterback sneak or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he was able to get us a touchdown.
Yeah, he was able to give us a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? He drove us down there.
How'd he play to you?
Not great. Nothing where I'm like, oh my God, yeah. He's a rookie. So, you know, I got to get him the benefit of the doubt that he's a rookie. But
coming in that situation had to be tough.
But you always, how we talk off camera, and I told you, quarterbacks of those type of players, Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, those type of quarterbacks, they're known for running, putting their body in, you know, in jeopardy. I feel like as a backup quarterback, and I feel like that's on the organization. You have to have a backup quarterback that's going to be ready to come in and don't miss a beat. Having a rookie as a backup quarterback for a type of quarterback like a Justin Fields or like a Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, that's to me that's not good right there.
Okay, but let's think about this. Now, Justin Fields gets hurt. They call you in. You ain't had no time to warm up. It ain't like you just got in some kind of rhythm. Mm-hmm. You ain't finna just come in the game and just be pinpoint sharp. You got to get into a rhythm.
2 years ago, Nick Foles did against Michigan.
You just can't pull one. You can't just pull one out of the air.
You said you can't, but it has.
It's gonna take a few throws to get in the rhythm.
That's not true.
He a rookie.
That's okay.
How many snaps do you take in practice with the first team?
But see, that's the thing. Why have a rookie back there then?
You got him back there. Ain't no why have him.
No, why?
He back there. That's your rookie quarterback. That's your backup quarterback.
Nah, you shouldn't have a rookie.
You got no choice.
Now, you
that's
had
who
choices.
You put in there.
You had choices.
Not that game, you don't have no choice.
But you had choice in the beginning of the season to sign you a veteran quarterback.
Can't do nothing about that.
Yeah,
he had to play, so he in the game.
So I'm not
he played halfway decent. He wasn't horrible.
He played the best of his ability.
He got them a touchdown, and he had a chance. They had a chance to win that game.
I understand that. But
right? So they had a chance to win the game?
I understand that, but he did not play good enough to where he came in where, I'm just saying, where
if he'd have won the game, then he'd have played good enough.
No. No.
If he threw a touchdown to win that game, he wouldn't have played good enough?
Because he threw a touchdown to win them again. So you going on.
He'd have got 2 touchdown drives.
Dude, but
if he'd have won that game, I'm not saying he going to take Justin Fields' position.
What I'm saying
but
is,
you can't say
right,
if he'd had 2 touchdowns, he'd played good enough to win the game.
All right, Chad, I'm going to call you out. Did you watch the game?
I watched that second half, yeah.
Okay, you watched the second half. So not just you looking at 2 drives. Let's just say so the 2 drives, the one drive where he ran it in, when they got it down there,
that was a good drive.
Right. Then the other drive where let's just say he finished this drive.
The last drive of the game.
Let's just say he finished it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many plays, how many drive, series they had with him, but let's just say they had 10 series. Let's just say 10 series. So you basing off of 2 series that he had a good game because 2.
I didn't say he had a good game.
I'm saying, but you said that he played good.
I said he had a decent game.
Because off 2 series?
No, I'm saying from coming in from where he came in to play at, he didn't have a just complete destructive game where they just completely win, they got blown out.
Right.
He had a chance to win the game.
But that doesn't mean that he had
his numbers was better than Justin Fields' numbers. Look at him. Quarterback rating and all of that.
Right. Of course it was better. He threw the ball more.
It don't matter. Justin Fields played the whole first half.
Okay.
So he played less than the first half. He didn't play the whole second half.
Look, man. Look.
So his numbers I'm not saying he's going to replace him. I'm just saying about his numbers, his game. Right. His numbers was better than Justin Fields.
Yeah, but that's still that's because his number was better. What is that saying that his numbers is better than Justin Fields? Justin Fields was 6 for 10 for 58 yards, and he was 10 for 14 for 83 yards. His number.
And he had a touchdown drive. Did Justin Fields have a touchdown drive?
No, he did not. But that don't mean that he had a decent game.
So he played better than Justin Fields did.
That don't mean. I'm not saying he did or he did not. He still didn't have a good game.
They'd have won the game. People have been ready for him to start.
Dude,
they already ready for him to start.
Who's the most popular player on the NFL team? They always say the backup quarterback is the most popular player on the NFL team. That's what they say. Man, anytime
your quarterback is good.
No, anytime your quarterback is doing bad, and you got any type of backup quarterback, whether it was Nick.
Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see now if he come out and he go a Brock Purdy type of game, and they end up winning the game. You need to see. He get all the receivers involved.
You need to see more though.
The offense look good. It's in rhythm.
I'm a type of person. I don't look at one game or a series or this and like, oh yeah, that's it. You could say that with Justin Fields after these last 2 games.
If he played well, people gonna say the offense. Luke Guess is gonna be saying his offense ain't that bad.
After the last 2 games, people were saying, "Oh, see, Justin Fields. I told you, he's gonna be the next."
Not after. He still turned the ball over at the end of the Denver game.
A lot of people were saying
they said he looked good, but he still made the errors.
This is a turnaround. Like this is it and all that. I'm like, dude, this is only 5. It been what 5 games, 6 games. I'm like, this is.
He looked good in those games. The ball was coming out good,
but it's inconsistent.
It was on time, accurate.
So I can't sit there and say, "Oh yeah, that's it." No,
it looked like he was getting.
I need to see a whole season.
I mean, he had like 8 touchdowns. He had 11 touchdowns.
8 touchdowns.
In
the 2 games, he had 4 different. And
he
4
looked good. Throwing yardage was up.
He looked good, but it wasn't good enough for me to say, "Oh yeah, like this is it for him." We got it. It's 2 games.
Okay, so now we still got to transition and try to figure out: is he going to be the quarterback? Is he going to be the quarterback?
I wanted to believe in Justin Fields a lot. I think a lot of the city, believe it or not, the city was behind Justin Fields. A lot of people was behind him, but if you the Bear front office, man, let's just say Justin Fields come back.
Do you got to take a quarterback?
You got to.
If he win 2 more games, you still got to take a quarterback
because of.
Because how many more games you expect him to win? Even if he come back,
I think the Bears they can get 4 games.
So they can win 3 more games?
They can win 3. I think they can.
So if he win 3 more games, are you drafting the quarterback anyway?
Still drafting the quarterback. You still draft. You have to, man. If you're in a position to get Caleb Williams or Drake May.
You going to be in a position because Carolina ain't finna be shit.
So I'm saying, if you're in a position to get either one of them, you have to, man. You got to do yourself
You're going to draft, because it's 4-5 quarterbacks you can draft.
They saying this league is one of the best. This draft is one of the best quarterback
even
drafts
if you don't take Caleb Williams, you got the other
You got Drake May. They're going to get Drake May.
Name these quarterbacks that's going to be coming out.
So from what you got, the top 3 from what I know is Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Bo Dixon.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix from Oregon. So those are the top 3 quarterbacks.
And there's one more, the Wolf from Washington. Is he coming out?
But those are the top 3. They saying that are the best. But that's why they saying it's a good quarterback.
So the Bears gonna have a chance to get one of those quarterbacks.
One of those 2. They getting a top 2 pick. Whether because Carolina they still 0-5.
Still some 1-5 teams.
No, but Carolina 0-5.
Right, but they might win the game.
Yeah, but still, the Bears going to get a top 2 pick. Is what I'm saying.
It ain't guaranteed. Now.
I believe they're going to get a top 2.
But they're going to still have a chance to get one of those quarterbacks.
Right. And you have to. I think
because Carolina ain't finna draft no quarterback.
They got Bryce Young, and they gave up a lot to get.
They ain't got the pick. They can't get him anyway.
Right,
so.
but I'm saying they gave up. They don't got
who
no.
else got a chance to get a quarterback?
Minnesota, they won one game. Denver won one game. I believe this is Russell Wilson last year for Denver. They're gonna release, so they're gonna trade him.
Looking for a quarterback.
You got
who else is
a lot of we don't know because Arizona is
Arizona in the hunt. They're in the market for a quarterback.
They just gave Kyler Murray a boatload of money, and this was only his second year within that contract. So they might. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on if they get a
anybody else.
Tampa, even though Tampa.
But they ain't gonna have a chance.
I guess
they gonna win some more games.
Who's gonna get a chance to win? Like those top tier quarterbacks.
Yeah, they gonna get a chance. They ain't gonna draft no quarterback.
You got
So that's it. They're the worst teams in the league.
Atlanta.
But they record is decent.
I think they only won 2 games. So yeah, they got a chance to get a top 5 pick. They got a chance, buddy. Oh yeah. So yeah, man.
So we gonna draft a quarterback.
Yep.
And then he still Justin Fields gonna still be under contract, right?
No. They could pick up his 5th option or let him go.
They're probably gonna pick it up and just put him in a quarterback battle.
They could do that. They could.
Unless somebody want to trade for him and give you something that you just have to take.
But it depends on how much money, because it's all about cap space. So you think about it. The NFL for the rookies, when they draft the quarterbacks now, they didn't scale that number down. Remember, guaranteed money for rookies used to be more than quarterbacks in the league now, but now that was one of the things they negotiated in the CBA. So now it's down. But if you're going to have the number 1 pick and you pick a quarterback, the money's going to be a high number.
But it ain't going to be like you have to give Justin Fields a whole bunch of money.
But see, that's the thing. I don't know how much they got to give him.
Up his 5th year
that's a lot of money you putting in for for a quarterback back.
It ain't like you got to pay him like New York Giants did.
I think they're going to be looking for a quarterback.
They just gave him that money. They can't look for a quarterback. He just got the contract.
Dude, you see the coach.
That's going to be one of the worst contracts.
That coach looking like, and he was one of the people did not want to give him that money.
He only had 15 touchdowns.
He did not want to give, but they felt like they was in a situation where they had no choice.
Playoffs,
they had no choice. They won a game and they beat Minnesota. It's like they didn't have no choice but to give him that money.
He didn't play bad that
day. He did. He didn't. The Minnesota game, he didn't. He played pretty good.
They looking at it crazy now.
Yeah, that dude, man. And, believe it or not, how bad Justin Fields is playing, he's not even the worst quarterback in the league. It's Matt Jones, or you could say it's the guy from the Giants, Daniel Jones. They probably one of the 2 worst quarterbacks in the league, man. They probably one of the 2 worst. So, hey, man. So
all right, it is what it is.
Yep.
It's Survival of the Fittest podcast, Sports Edition with Mike Rob.
Good,
with
man.
the Bears talk. The Bulls about to start pretty soon.
Yeah,
so
we might do something like that with y'all. Yeah. Don't expect nothing good for them too.
Yeah, same team.
Same team, yep.
Who we got coming up next, Mike?
We got the Las
Raiders,
Vegas.
right?
Yeah, Las Vegas. I think it's gonna be at Las Vegas this year too. So yeah, we're going there. They got Jimmy Garoppolo, Deontay Adams. So defense gonna have some workout for them because they got their number 1 receiver, and Jimmy Garoppolo been playing subpar, but they defense, I don't really know much about their defense and how good they are, but if you go in with their rookie quarterback,
we're not expecting Justin Fields to start.
They say he's doubtful, but then they still, when I heard on the radio today, they said he's doubtful, but they hopeful. They want to see how well he gripped the ball, and because he dislocated his thumb, it's his throwing hand. So they pop it back in place. They believe it don't need surgery, so they just want to see, if the swelling going down or how well. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have him throw a lot of passes just to see. But I'm, man, before we get off, but if I'm Justin Fields, why put yourself at risk like that, man? I do feel like he knows that maybe his days are numbered with Chicago, so it's a new journey for him. So why would you even put yourself at risk? Because there's a lot of people in the NFL believe that Justin Fields got the potential to be a top tier quarterback. They feel that the Bears mess him up. So a lot of people feel like they were saying, I guess behind closed door, they were saying that Sean Payton want to get Justin Fields. They said that, they feel like you put him with the right coach in the right system, they know how to use him. They said Justin Fields can flourish pretty good. They said the Bears didn't do a good job with that. I do feel that is partial true. That Ryan Poles did not hire the right coaching staff for Justin Fields. So they has a sale.
Well, we'll see. I don't think Matt Eberflus going to make it past.
No, he's not.
After this year, it's going to probably be his last year.
That's it. Yep.
So they probably going to get rid of defensive coordinator. Everybody probably going to be gone.
Everybody, and if they bring in Caleb Williams, it's going to be a whole new coach. They're going to do some hopefully they would get it right. But this would be Ryan Poe's last chance, I feel, because this is his second do-over already. He didn't draft Justin Fields, but this is his second do-over for the coaching staff.
They ain't going to fire Ryan Poe.
No, they not. But I'm saying this is his last chance, though. If it doesn't work out,
he got to get the quarterback right.
He got to get the quarterback right, and he got to get the coach. If we go another 3-4 season after this year, and we looking like this, he's gone.
All right, Survival of the Fittest Sports Edition podcast with my man Mike Robb. And we going to be back. We'll see y'all again, and we out.
Windy City, birth the rebel. Raised in the shy, nigga on the level. Put in my work, I became a devil. Consider this a warning, nigga, bring the shovel.